Hi, I'm Bella from Colorado, USA. Please like and subscribe. My mom came from a line of amazing horse riders, and our ranch was filled with trophies collected over generations. It was her dream that my sister Nora and I follow in her footsteps. We both learned to ride horses as soon as we could walk. But Nora was 2 years older and got a head start in life. And well, I could never seem to catch up. She always had straight A's in school. She was naturally athletic. And with her auburn hair and blue eyes, she was beautiful. Even though Mom loved us both, it wasn't hard to guess who her favorite child was. When I was in the 3rd grade, Mom threw a big birthday party for me and invited all our relatives. But everyone's focus the whole time was on freaking Nora. Such a pretty girl. You already look like a celebrity, darling. I'd been so excited about my new dress, but now I was just feeling angrier by the second. It's like I was invisible with Nora in the same room. Suddenly, I let out an ear-splitting scream and fell to the ground. Oh my God, I'm in so much pain. My tummy hurts so bad. Everyone came running to me and Mom rushed me to the hospital. I was happy I'd ruined the party for everyone, and they would have all just left. But hours later, we got back home to find a mess. I'm so sad you missed your party, Bella, but I made sure the guests had a good time, and I thanked everyone for your presents. I'm glad you're feeling better now. All I could feel was an urge to slap Nora. She just had my birthday without me. As we grew older, I slipped more into the background. I loved horses and could ride well, but it was obvious who the star in the family was. By the time she was 13, Nora had started participating in competitions and was super popular in school. And I'd grown into an awkward kid who was into sci-fi novels and mostly preferred to eat lunch alone in the gym. Once when I was in 7th grade, I was reading under a tree on our ranch when I heard a noise above me. Suddenly, a boy fell down, and I managed to miss him by an inch. Gosh, you nearly killed me. Who are you and where'd you come from? Fell down straight from heaven. I'm gonna punch you in your face if you don't tell me. Okay. I'm Jeremy and I just moved in next door. I did something to my stepfather and he's really mad, so I'm hiding from him. What did you do? I may have given some important papers to our dog and he may have ripped them up. But trust me, my stepdad deserves it. He's not a nice guy. Come on, I'll show you a better hiding place. You can hide anytime you want. I helped him up to his feet, but he yelled out in pain. It seemed like he twisted his ankle. Just then, Nora came galloping on her horse, and Jeremy looked awestruck. Whoa, who is that goddess? Ow! You trying to break my other ankle too? Oops, sorry. It was an accident. Nora stopped by to ask who he was, and I explained. You obviously can't walk. Hop on, I'll give you a ride. The two of them rode away. And he looked like a princess who had been rescued by a knight. Why did Nora have to be such a freaking hero? And Jeremy and Nora became best friends after that day. He was also in her class at school, and soon the two were inseparable, which meant that he was always at our place. And over time, I couldn't help having a crush on him. He was smart and funny, and we had so much in common. And he loved science fiction too, and we could talk about it for hours, if Nora would let us. One day, Nora showed me an expensive bracelet. Isn't it beautiful? Jeremy gave it to me yesterday. You mean on Valentine's Day? Yeah, but just as a friend, of course. Nora, are you dumb? It's so obvious Jeremy's in love with you. What? No, he's not. You wouldn't know because you don't have any guy friends. Or any friends, actually. And you are so self-absorbed. You're completely blind to everyone's feelings. You're giving him the wrong idea by accepting that present. You don't know what you're talking about, geek, so stay out of it. I knew I was right, but there wasn't much I could do. Soon after in 8th grade, I was so excited when I found out about a huge sci-fi convention happening in town. But as I was telling Jeremy about it, Nora spoke up and said they'd already bought the tickets. Oh, that's amazing. I can't wait. I meant I just got the tickets for me and Jeremy. We're going with our friends. So I can buy my own and come with you guys, right? I can't go alone, it's too far. No, you can't come with us. Why don't you have friends of your own, Bella? Come on, Nora, what's the big deal? I'm not gonna be the only loser with my baby sister tagging along, Jeremy. We're not taking her. You don't even like sci-fi. Why are you being a witch? Jeremy, please take me along?" I'm sorry, Bella. Maybe next time?" I couldn't believe he was being such a coward, and my heart burned when I saw them leaving for the convention a few days later. I just wanted to hurt Nora, and I had a brilliant idea for something I could do. A week later, I was having breakfast when I heard Nora scream. She came running downstairs and waved a calendar at Mom. "How could you mess up my schedule, Mom? I had a match this morning and I missed it." "What are you talking about?" "I woke up to see 20 missed calls from my coach, and he just told me that the first match of the tournament was today. But you've written it here that it's next week." "That's because I got a call from the organizers saying it was postponed. I don't understand. How could this have happened?" "Bella, did you have something to do with this?" "I don't know what you're talking about." "Why don't I believe you?" "Oh, wait. Yes, I remember something now. Maybe I did pretend to be one of the organizers and called up Mom to tell her the wrong date. It doesn't feel good to miss out on something important, does it?" The two stared at me in shock, and then Nora pounced on me. "You horrible brat! How could you do this? You made me miss the convention. Who cares about that stupid thing? I'm disqualified for the whole season now." "I cared. You shouldn't have been so awful to me." "I hate you, Bella. I won't forgive you. Ever." Mom managed to pull Nora away, and she stormed off crying, and I was grounded for a month. For the next few days, Nora acted like I didn't exist. I hadn't realized she'd be disqualified for the entire season. Maybe I'd gone too far. I decided to apologize, but I found out that she'd left for a training camp for 2 weeks. But just 3 days later, we got some bad news. Nora had been in a riding accident. Mom immediately rushed off to camp, and when she returned with Nora, I was shocked to see her on a wheelchair. "What happened?" "I don't want to talk to anyone, least of all you." Nora had badly injured her leg, and the doctor said that her recovery would take months. Mom was devastated, and Nora kept herself shut in her room. I didn't dare go in because I knew she wouldn't see me. One evening, I just couldn't help crying in my room when suddenly I felt someone's arm around me.
"Hey, why are you crying?"
"Because Nora hates me and she'll never forgive me. I wanted to hurt her, but I never wished for something bad to happen."
"Of course you didn't. No one thinks that. Nora's just upset about her injury, and once she's better, she'll be fine with you, I promise."
But he was wrong. Just a few days later, Mom called me into Nora's room for a talk.
"Nora's recovery could take up to a year. We cannot miss all the tournaments during this time. She has some modeling contracts too, and we can't lose this money. Someone from our family has to represent us, and that can only be you, Bella."
"But Mom, I'm not half as good as Nora. She's right about that."
"You've been riding a horse since you were a child, Bella. We have 3 months to train before the next match, and I believe you can do it. You have to do it."
Before I could protest more, Mom left the room. "Good luck trying to be me. It's not as easy as it looks, and you don't have what it takes." Nora wasn't wrong about it being hard. The training was tough, and I had a sore butt for weeks. But 3 months later, when I competed in the tournament, I actually came in third. And suddenly, I was the newcomer everyone was noticing. Sure, people just called me Nora's sister at first, but as I kept doing well in matches, more of them knew my name. But I really wasn't looking forward to Nora's modeling contracts. I was awkward, and I didn't have star quality like Nora. After her styling team worked on me, though, I was stunned at the results. I'd never felt so beautiful, and clearly others thought so too. I was receiving a lot of attention on social media, and at school, I was being treated like a completely different person. This is how people saw Nora, and I had to admit, it felt good.
"Wow, I'm gonna need an appointment soon to talk to you."
"Yeah, but I'll always make time for you. What do you think of my new look?"
"There wasn't anything wrong with it before, but you do look lovely."
For the first time, I felt like he wasn't seeing me as Nora's little sister, and it sent my heart racing.
"Bella, I've been meaning to ask you something."
Yeah?"
"Do you think it's a good time to tell Nora I'm in love with her? I have been for years, but she's never been clear about her feelings, and I just need to know now."
My heart suddenly sank. What was I thinking? Of course, you should tell her how you feel. She'd be a moron for not loving you back. Jeremy grinned and kissed me on the cheek and then walked off happily. A few days later, I came home to see Jeremy rushing out of our house, wiping tears on his sleeve.
"I was a fool to think Nora ever liked me. She said she's never seen me as more than a friend, and she never will. He stormed off, and I felt so mad at Nora for leading him on all this time. I didn't see her till later at dinner, and it looked like she'd been crying, but Mom looked really excited. Bella, I have such amazing news. You've been selected as one of the best newcomers to participate in the tournament in London. This will open international doors for you, darling. I knew it had always been Nora's dream to compete in Europe. As Mom went on and on, Nora suddenly swiped half the dishes off the table. It should have been me, but you've stolen everything from me. Nora, I only started competing because of you and Mom. Oh, shut up. You've always wanted everything I've had. Congratulations. Now you have it. That's not true. Oh, you wanted Jeremy too? I've seen how you look at him with your puppy eyes. It's embarrassing. Well, it looks like he and I aren't friends anymore, so you're welcome to have him too. That's enough. You know what, Nora? Maybe I did want to know what it felt like to be you, but I've realized that I'm just as talented and beautiful. You're just better at getting whatever you want without caring for anyone's feelings. You've misled Jeremy, and you've always made me feel small. And now I will go to London, and I won't feel bad about it because it has nothing to do with you. Only me and my talent. Jeremy didn't turn up to school the next few days, and then I found out that he'd left the city to stay with his real dad. For good. He hadn't even bothered to say goodbye. And a week later, I left for London. I won first prize in the tournament, and it opened so many opportunities for me. Mom decided that I'd finish high school in London while I kept competing for more championships. I heard Nora was back to training, but she and I didn't talk anymore, and I was enjoying my new life away from her. A year later, I was at the subway station when I spotted someone from a distance who looked exactly like Jeremy. I pushed through the crowd and followed him as he climbed onto the train, and I managed to hop on just as the doors closed. He looked shocked to see me, and we both hugged and laughed. It turned out that he'd joined a university in London.
I had no idea you were here too.
Of course you didn't. You left without a word and never kept in touch.
That was wrong, but I just needed to get away. I'm sorry, and I've missed you.
Jeremy and I started hanging out really often over the next few months, and I was happy to have him back in my life, but I kept my feelings in check. I didn't want to fall for him again. On New Year's Eve, Jeremy invited me to a party at his friend's place, and we had the most amazing night dancing away. We all counted down to midnight, and he turned to me with a smile.
Happy New Year, Bella.
And then he kissed me, and the whole world just faded. But then I pulled away suddenly. I started to walk away.
Bella, wait. Did I do something wrong?
No, nothing. I just have to go.
Please, stop. I've been wanting to tell you for a while now. I think I'm in love with you.
Nora turned you down, so you thought you'd settle for me now? As a consolation prize? I've always been second best to Nora in everything, but not anymore. I refused to answer Jeremy's calls or texts the next few days, but then one evening, I got the most unexpected call from Nora. She said she was throwing Mom a big party for her birthday that weekend, and she wanted me to attend. Plus, you haven't even seen my new training school yet.
What school?
I gave up racing, Bella. My leg's not good enough anymore, but I decided I couldn't stay angry forever, and I had to find another dream. I train other riders on our ranch now. Anyway, I hope you come. I felt both sad and happy to hear that, and I decided it was time to go home and see her. 2 days later, as I was leaving with my bags, I bumped into Jeremy right outside my place.
Before you say anything, please listen to me. Yes, I loved Nora for years, but being away from her made me realize that we weren't right for each other. We're better off as friends. And you're not second best to anyone, Bella. If you don't love me, I can accept that. But I just had to tell you how I feel. I love you.
Jeremy, I love you too, you idiot. As he pulled me close, he suddenly noticed my luggage.
Wait, where are you going?
To see Nora. I need to fix things with her.
I'm coming with you.
Hi friends, my name is Anya and I was born to super rich parents. Growing up, I had every luxury, but what I really wanted was my parents' time. You see, they were self-made billionaires, and for that, they worked their butts off. Every time I'd ask them to go on a holiday, they'd be so busy. Darling, Mama has to go to a conference tomorrow. Why not ask Dad?
Sweetheart, I have to close a deal in Japan this month, but we'll plan something soon, I promise.
I seriously hated their work. One time it was my 10th birthday, and I waited and waited for Mom and Dad to wish me a happy birthday, but they forgot. I was so angry that I picked up a baseball bat and started to smash everything around, even the TV. Right when it was about to fall on me, someone pulled me away just in time. It was a boy. I'd seen him around the house before. Oh my God, it could have fallen on you. Are you okay? Are you hurt? I'm fine. Thanks. The boy told me his name was Eli. He was our cook's son. When he asked me why I was smashing stuff, I told him how my parents had forgotten my birthday like every year. To cheer me up, he sneaked me out of the mansion on his bike and took me for ice cream. After that day, we became friends. Once when I was in the 10th grade, I had some super hard math homework I needed help with, but my parents were too busy as usual. So I showed it to Eli, and he solved the problem in no time. Mom and Dad were so impressed with Eli that they got him admission in my school. On his first day, I introduced Eli to all my friends, and he blended in super fast. At school, he was like my self-appointed bodyguard. Our annual school play was coming up, and I auditioned for the lead role of Juliet and got it. But this didn't sit well with the school's most popular girl, Emma. Will your boyfriend, Eli, be there too? I'm sure he'll play Romeo, 'cause he is one. Boyfriend? Are you crazy? Eli's just a friend. Oh, come on, Anya. Don't tell me you don't see it. The weirdo is always around you, like a stalker. I didn't want to say it, but all the kids think your rich daddy bought you a boyfriend. What the what? I was about to tell Emma to shut up when Eli came running with a water bottle for me. Anya, you were terrific. I couldn't take my eyes off you. I know you'll get the part. Yeah, whatever. You don't have to be so dramatic about it, Eli. I didn't want to hurt Eli, but I felt so uncomfortable because of what Emma had said. Is that what everyone thought? A few days later, a boy, Sean, asked me out, and I wanted to say no, but I saw Eli coming my way with Emma right behind him. So I panicked and said yes and kissed the boy on the cheek, and Eli looked super pissed. I tried my best to avoid Eli and even skipped classes because of him. One day I was in the library, and Eli came out of nowhere and sat next to me, saying he wanted to talk, but since I didn't, I walked away. And that's when Emma said, "You're too ugly to have a boy dying to talk to you. I don't know what he sees in you." You stupid girl, not everyone is like you, drooling over boys. Some people have class. Ever heard of it? I was so angry at Emma that I pushed her, but suddenly she crashed right into a bookshelf. And then one by one, all of the bookshelves crashed. The entire library was destroyed. And when the librarian came fuming, Emma put the blame on me. She was acting mad and pushed me so hard into the bookshelf. OMG, I was so scared. I thought I'd die today. I started to panic. No, it wasn't me. Tell her, Eli, it was you. You did it by mistake, didn't you? What? But Anya, I was behind you. Yes, you pushed me from behind and I fell on Emma. That's how it happened. Eli looked totally shocked. My parents were called to the school, and since they got Eli admitted here, they had to bear all the damages. He was given a week's suspension too. A few days later, when he returned, he completely ignored me and had frickin' Emma on his arm. And he wouldn't even look at me. By lunchtime, I'd had enough, so I caught up to him and grabbed his arm. Why are you ignoring me, Eli? And what's with you and Emma? None of your business, Anya. Back off. OMG? How could he say that to me? I was angry, but I was sad too, for losing my friend. So one day, I skipped school and texted Eli that I was sick. I knew he would come to check on me, and he did, but he instantly caught my lie. Wait, you aren't sick. Geez, Anya, did you do this just so I'd come to you? Please, just listen to me, Eli. I'm so sorry. Eli looked tense, but he eventually gave in. Oh, come here. Let's forget about it. I was so happy that Eli forgave me, and I got my friend back. A few months later, Mom and Dad were having some people over who would be investing in their new company. When the guests arrived, I was shocked. It was Emma with her parents. So, this is your mansion? A little too small, isn't it?
Why? Does it remind you of your small brain? Throughout the evening, Emma kept rubbing in my face how her dad would soon become my dad's boss, and I was hating it. Before dinner, I had an idea, and I ran to the kitchen, where Eli saw me put an entire bottle of laxatives in the gravy.
Anya, no. Are you crazy?
Trust me, it'll be fun.
No way.
And just as he was about to throw the gravy, his dad came and shooed us both out of the kitchen. Later, when everyone was having dinner, I made sure Mom and Dad didn't go for the gravy, and thank God they didn't. Then, in just 5 minutes, it was chaos. Emma and her parents kept rushing to the bathroom, and I couldn't stop laughing. Mom and Dad seemed shocked, and I was so happy that I could get back at Emma. But the next day, I woke up to a nightmare when I got a text from Eli. I wish you would understand what the consequences of your actions are. Everyone makes mistakes, but some people make more stupid mistakes than most. Goodbye, Anya. What was going on? I ran downstairs and got to know that later at night, Dad had questioned all the staff and everyone had pointed fingers at Eli. So Dad fired his dad and kicked them out. What had I done? This was bad. I immediately told Mom and Dad everything, but it was too late. Eli was gone. My parents even called his dad and apologized, but they never returned, and I felt terrible. One day, I was sitting alone in the school's playground when Sean, my nice classmate, sat next to me.
Why so sad, princess?
Just nothing. Just not feeling well today.
I know something that'll cheer you up.
And then he vanished and got me some ice cream. It was so sweet, but even that ice cream reminded me of Eli. It had been almost 6 months since Eli had left, and to get my mind off of him, I started volunteering at a soup kitchen where Sean also worked. It made me realize I really acted like a spoiled brat at times. Then a week later, he invited me out, and I was super surprised that he remembered my birthday.
Happy birthday, princess.
After we cut the cake, I was eating it like a pig, but he kept staring at me with glittery eyes, and suddenly he inched close.
You've got some cake on your...
Where? Oh God, my heart was about to jump out of my throat. He was so romantic. One day, I was at school, and I bumped into someone and dropped all my books. I looked up to see it was Eli. I was so happy to see him, but he glared at me and left me there. And soon enough, I discovered Eli had changed, and now his life's mission seemed to mock me all the time. One day, we were in math class, and the teacher asked me to come and solve the sum on the board.
Oh wow, looks like my math tutoring paid off. Finally, something entered into that thick brain of yours.
Yeah? I've had a better tutor than you.
Oh really? Did this tutor teach you something like empathy? Or not being a brat? What's your problem, dude? Leave her alone. Why? Are you her new bodyguard now? Beware, 'cause that one...
Eli hadn't even finished his sentence when Sean punched him. I got in between them and they finally stopped.
Oh, so the new bodyguard needs saving.
What's your problem anyway? I get it. You don't like me.
You got that wrong. I really, really, really don't like you.
That stung. I just walked away from him, not wanting to make matters worse. A few weeks later, our school took us for a camping trip, and we went on a tour of the forest. Throughout the tour, Emma was just clinging to Eli like a snake. When I saw him alone for a minute, I walked up to him. Why are you with that awful Emma all the freaking time?
How is that any of your frickin' business? Are you jealous?
Me? Jealous? As if. And just as I said this, I slipped and went tumbling down a slope. Eli came running to me and helped me up.
Oh my God, Anya, are you all right? Can you stand?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Ow. It hurts so bad. And then all of a sudden, Eli swept me into his arms.
I don't think we can climb the slope. We gotta walk around the hill to find a way up.
No matter what, I knew he still cared for me. We'd been out for hours when we realized that we were lost. It was already getting dark, and I felt scared. Eli, what are we gonna do?
Don't worry, Anya. We'll get out of here. They'll come searching for us.
Eli then lit up a fire, and we both sat in front of it. And then I broke the silence. I'm sorry, Eli. I'm sorry for pulling that prank on Emma. I swear I didn't know until the next day that Dad thought it was you.
I told him the truth, but you were gone.
I won't say it's okay, but since you realized your mistake, I guess we can let that be in the past.
Eli came really close to me, and he was definitely leaning in to kiss me. Just then we heard something in the bushes. It was frickin' Emma! Buzzkill! Eli, I've been searching for you for so long. I was so scared, and I'm so cold.
Of course it was cold, because that witch was dressed in clothes the size of a bikini. But since it was late, we decided to try going back in the morning.
The next day when I woke up, I had Eli's jacket on me. He must have put it on me while I was asleep. Just then, I shot straight up when I heard Emma screaming that Eli was missing. Oh my God, we had to look for him. I kept walking for a while and my ankle was killing me. And I was so worried about Eli. Emma, let's go back and wait at that spot. Maybe Eli will come back there and someone will come to rescue us. Oh yeah, someone will. But I need to get rid of you before that. Saying that, she pushed me, and all of a sudden, I was hurled up in the air. I was in a freaking trap. I saw someone had laid this trap out earlier, and I thought it would come in handy. Emma, why are you doing this? Why? You brat. Because of you, Eli doesn't love me. He says I'm just a friend. That stupid boy can't get over you. So I think I'll just leave you here. Sure, he'll be sad at first, but I'll heal him with my love. I'll take care of Sean, too.
You are a crazy psycho, Emma.
You sick girl. You were just gonna leave Anya out here? Thank God. Eli and Sean were behind Emma and had heard everything. Eli helped me get down from the trap. Sean had Emma in his grip, who looked like she'd gone mad. Eli led the way out of the jungle, and we were finally reunited with the group. After the school nurse had checked on my ankle, Sean came to me and hugged me. I was so worried. Gotta thank Eli for keeping you safe. Eli, it was at that moment I knew what I wanted. Sean, you're a nice guy, but you love Eli. Jeez, Anya, everyone knows you both are head over heels for each other. Just too stubborn to admit it. What? He knew and still stuck around with me? I kissed Sean on the cheek and just then saw Eli at the door with a disappointed look on his face. I ran after him and stopped him.
It's all right, Anya. Sean is a nice guy. I just came here to tell you.
I know that you love me. And guess what? I love you too.